I am Kevin from KingPittDawg Racing, and we are here right now to just announce that I'm going to be opening up a Open Lobby Live for Christmas, coming up here in a few hours. I'm planning to go live on that roughly 9 p.m. Central Daylight Time, or Central Standard Time, I guess it is now. I keep saying the wrong thing. But just wanted to let everybody know that we're going to be doing that. I've got several things planned, and then we might do some wild card where whoever wins chooses, but it will be a little structured for now. We're going to run Group 4. Tentatively going to start off Group 4 at Red Bull and end up right here. This is Daytona Road Course. In Group 3 BOP with a few settings. I've got that room already made. So that's that, but I've got all my Christmas liveries out of my cars. So we got to get another room set up here. But I wanted to just get on board and let everybody know that we're going to be setting that up. So I'll load up some new settings. I think I've got my settings are maxed, but we should be able to find something we can use here. So again, it'll be Group 4, Group 3, the Radical SL or SR3 SL. We're going to run that, I think, right here at WeatherTech. Where we've run it before. I am going to put a strict cap on that at 600 pp on that one, and then most of the rooms are going to be set up like usual, like an HECS with medium racing medium tires. But some of the rooms I may just leave kind of open with just a strict PP and like weight rating. The HECS setup I'll do as the HSSR type cars. We'll set that up at like a like 600 or something. So you may have to add ballast to make it work, and it'd be like 2,800 pounds and 250 horsepower or 255 max horsepower. We may open up a couple of rooms just for fun though after that. So the tentative plan is going to run Red Bull Ring, and then probably jump around, like run over to Fuji, then come over and run the Radicals at WeatherTech, maybe run Watkins Glen. Might just do Watkins Glen in Group 4 BOP because I don't think we could set the Cup cars up for everybody yet. It's just not something that's mainstream. So I do apologize. I don't have all of my voice back, but I am able to talk a little bit. So I will be live on the stream. So if anybody has any questions, they can pose those on the stream. My plan is going to be about 10 to 15 minutes between races. And the goal is going to be to qualify at the very first and last event. So we'll qualify at Red Bull, and then we'll qualify at Daytona. But other than that, it's just going to be invert field, slowest in the front. So yeah. So here's a Red Bull ring, but I want one I can overwrite. So these are Winter Sprint Series from last year. Around the Earth, I'll probably keep those. Around the Earth, Trey Spa. These are all this year. Around the Earth. Oh, Trey Spa, that was Mother's Day. That was the diff we did the varying races there. Here's Glenn Short. Hey, you know, we could run the HSSR cars at Scuba. That would be fun. Yeah, I think I'll just overwrite some of these ones I have down here. We'll use that as just like a base setting for the HSSR cars, and then the group cars are pretty easy to set up. Oh, Road Atlanta. We could run Road Atlanta too. That'd be fun, and that'd be fun in the Radical. Maybe we'll run the Radical twice. That car is fun. Let's set this up for the Radical. And we'll set this up. What are we running around? Probably 8 laps. Setting everything up at 5 times, so. going to set everything like I set up at 5 times. We'll see how that works. I don't know why that changes. This is what? What is the track here? 91, 145. Just do 2 minutes. That'll give us time to settle everything down. Not going to require tires, but we're going to have a PP limit on this one. I think to keep this car, you'll be running sports tires on it, which it's fine with. It's a lightweight car. I gotta double check the... Let's load these settings. Ah, I should have hit create room. Dagnabbit. Well, now I gotta start over again. Maybe if I back out. Okay, there we go. Okay, everything looks right. Road Atlanta. So we'll run the Radical twice. That'll be fun. I forgot what this thing weighs. I don't think it's much as I... No, 1720, not 2820. Okay. So we need to fix the room there. That seemed an awful lot. So 1720. Make sure I can get in my car. Yep, lets me in there, so that's good. Alright. Now this car I got set at exactly 600, so I'm going to go into the settings here and show you. So it's 599.98. That's about as close as you can get. So power restrictor, I had to put a power restrictor and a little ballast to get that number. So you may have to do that if you're running this. So just letting everybody know. $261, huh? Well, I don't need to do that if I put the... They'll figure it out. Actually, we will. That way, everything will be the same. So, anybody that's planning on racing with us tonight... Ah, shoot, I didn't change it. Too busy already talking. Hoping this is a good setting for this car. So just for kicks and giggles here, if I put the car up to 100, might just make it easier for everybody just to do that. So if we put the car to 100%, the weight 1709. We could make it 606, 275 horse. That'd be a nice number. I think we'll do that. That'd be easier for people to get set up for than all this other stuff. So, alright. So it's going to be 275. $606. No, I didn't change it. Tag nabbit. Alright, so that's going to be the setup for Laguna and Road Atlanta. So I'm just going to make this, save the settings. There we go. If anybody's got any suggestions, I'm open for it. So right now I'm thinking we'll start off... Well, we could just start off... Oh, we got one random here. Make sure everything's saved. You can go down the limit board if you want, you just can't go any higher, so. Just double check that, make sure that's all set. Alright, so those are saved. Now, let's see, we've got Group 3 at Daytona. Now we need to set up like an HSSR cars, so let's jump back out of here, switch cars. Actually, yeah, let's switch cars. I'm Just to verify these settings are all correct on here. 100. That's pretty much sets everything. Now, we did have this as an HECS spec car, so pay attention here to what we've got in here. We've got all the goodies in here. So, a lot of this stuff came with this car. I'm pretty sure the sport suspension came with the car. So that'll all be static, the differential gear, all of that. Do make sure to get your power restrictor and ballast in case we do. See, I added 5 pounds of ballast on this car. Or maybe I should just take that away. I think I'm going to leave it on there, so just pay attention to that when you try to come in the room. You'll have to add ballast. So power restrictor and ballast, always important. I would always get those. It's next to nothing. So there is our Radical. And then we'll switch over to our HSSR type car. This is the Group 4 car. This is what we're going to start at Red Bull with. But the wide car here is the HSSR spec car, and so is this Supra down here. So now this one I've got the limits opened up on this one. So I'm going to set the standard HSSR spec because I set this one at $5.99, but I think it's $6.15 is what we normally run. So let's get this thing restricted down to where it's supposed to be with the power. 260. It's supposed to be 255 max. 76. That's what it is. 253. Okay. Full control computer downforce. So 585. I don't think you'll have any problems keeping an HSSR car under the 600. Because when we add in the racing medium tires, yeah, so it's 615 I think is the limit on the room that I'm going to use for this. But it'll be strictly 255 horse, and you're going to be 2,800 pounds. So that'll be the 3 restrictions on those. Let's double check our 86 and see how it looks on the HSSR scale. And you notice the HSR cars, those who never built these, they're wide cars first. And then you add all the mods that are available and then restrict it from there. This car is very minimal restricted, I think. Yeah, 93. So you can see though, we want racing air cleaner, filter, muffler, exhaust, racing disc. I recommend those brakes for sure. Clutch and flywheel. Remember, you got 615 PP points to work with. They got to be 2,800 pounds. This one, I think actually at this point I was carrying, last time I drove this car I was carrying some weight for having a good finish. So this would be the actual, you can set this kind of stuff how you want. I'd stay pretty static on a lot of that stuff. Yeah, so this car will easily squeeze in, even on medium tires it'll squeeze in under the 615. And that'll be, again, these are the HSSR cars. It just stands for Holiday Exhibition Challenge Series Sprint Stock. Hang on. Yeah, Sprint Stock Spec. HECS spec. Something like that. I don't even remember what it stands for. It's been way too long. It's just 3 S's. HSSR. We just call them, I've just been calling them the hissers. So this one's all set. It fits easily under the 615 limit with racing mediums. And again, these rooms will be, for these cars will be set up for, they will be set up for racing medium tires. And 2,800 pounds, 255 max horsepower. So the goal is to get somewhere between that, like 250 and 255, get the max horsepower. And use the power restrictor, not the engine output control, to limit your power. this one actually could actually bump up one, I think, on the... Yep, 253, so that actually gives it a 605. Alright, so there's that, for anybody that wanted to know. Alright, and then we're going to be running this car at Daytona Oval. Again, this is the Spec Aero, which was a one-make vehicle, or one-make series we had. Now this car, pretty much, if you look, there's no weight reductions or anything on it. This car was 2,205 pounds from the factory, and we're running at 100%. When we run Daytona, I recommend pulling all your downforce out of there. We are going to need to see the wing on it, so all the cars are equal. And then I also recommend getting it as low to the ground as possible. So that'll be Daytona Oval. We'll run a probably, what would that be? 25 miles? 10 laps? And that's all about the bump draft. Let's see, back to our Group 4 cars. This is my Group 4 Supra from the manufacturer. I actually have several of these cars, but this is the one I put the livery on. Put the mileage on their car. So we got one more room type to set up, and that's going to be the Group 4 type. Frickin' thing, come on. All right. Let's set up Red Bull, because that's going to be our first one in a Group 4, full course. It's going to be damp. Let's start the first one off like it's morning, so it's going to be kind of misty. Where's misty at? Hazy, cloudy. No rain. There we go. Sunny with an alpine mist. We'll clear up as the morning goes on. Let's see. Sunny with monsoon clouds. Actually, let's do that one. This is going to be on downforce brake balance. Again, I'm going to set everything to 5. Everything else is going to be as realistic as possible. There'll be no flag rules. Those who haven't done racing with us will know that. Alright, make sure we will double check everything, make sure we got all this right. Now this one is going to have a qualifier, so I need to set that. So this will be our first race, Red Bull Ring. That should be 5. I don't know why this switches back on you. This will be the only race at its fastest first. Probably get 1 lap. No, we're only gonna do 5 minutes. We're gonna be on a strict time on this one. We'll go 90 seconds though on the qualifying continuation. Group 4, no PP limit, no weight limit, no max power. Racing tires, medium required, all types available. I don't know why you would want 2. Engine swap prohibited. Shortcut off, 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 off. Okay, so now we're going to save these settings. Oh, there's one down here I can overwrite. Here we go. All right, so Red Bull, then Fuji, and the HSSR. So we'll need one more setting for that. Let's create this room, make sure the car applies properly. Just take a look. Okay, this is dawn, so this will be... Okay, that works. Everything looks like it works. It's going to be 5 times, so by the time we get done with qualifying, it should be... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Alright, so that is set. So we got our room set. Now we just need to do the HSSR car room. So probably run Group 4 at Red Bull here. And then thinking we're going to go down to Interlagos, maybe run Group 4 down there as well. So it's going to be a pretty busy night. So whoever wants to join us, you don't have to race all the races. Again, it's just for fun. No, somebody coming in. You know, that's something. Did I set this up for... Yeah, this is open. So, okay, I gotta make sure these rooms are open. That's the other thing. So this is the first one that's actually been opened properly. So I got to make sure when I set the room up that is. And welcome anybody that's joining my rooms as I try to set these up. I'm trying not to be rude, but I do have to get this. I have to get this done. This is one of the tedious things about hosting this type of an event. So, so I'm trying to jot this down as I do this. My pencil disappeared from up here. I'm going to take a quick little break here, go grab something to drink, because I'm starting to lose my voice again, so I will be back in a few minutes. You guys are welcome to run some practice if you want. And if you have any questions for me, post them up on the in the room if you're in it, or if you have questions on the stream, I'll check that when I get back down here. Give me about 5 minutes. All right, everybody, I'm back here. I've been actually messing with the settings and writing up here. This will be race 2, Scuba. All right, well, anybody that's joined, if they have any questions, again, you can watch this video from the beginning. I've kind of gone through everything. I think I've got all the rooms set up. At this point, we'll stay in the HSSR cars and go from Scuba to Fuji, and then Fuji will go back to like 11 laps. So, Fuji's a fairly long track in those cars. But we had a really good race there. Really good competitive race, even though over the course of the 50 minutes or whatever that race was. So these cars should race pretty fun there. And again, anything on that HSSR list that's in my video, you can run. And if you can meet the specs for the room for tonight, you can run whatever. So just kind of giving you guys an idea what you can run. But the whole goal with the HSSR car is to max out all the bolt-on parts and try to keep the cars as even as possible by doing that. And that's why you need the power restrictor and the ballast, because you can reduce your weight down to put your PP points elsewhere. So just so people know that. And again, I'll leave this room up for a little bit here so people want to practice, because these cars are a little difficult to get used to. In fact, I might jump out there and run a lap or two just to Just because I haven't run this car here. Put a little traction control in her, and I don't know why my signals are on. Where is the hazard lights? See, it's nowhere to be seen. Oh, hazard lights, touchpad. Oh, okay. So that's it. There we go. Now I'm doing this without VR right now. I have been on VR earlier trying to get some credits, so I gained about 4 million credits earlier. Last night, I guess, technically. Whoa, almost too much there. It's a lot different when you're not in VR. Especially when you've been doing it for almost a year. A little too early there. Oop, didn't go down to second. Boy, it makes a huge difference. Look at that. This actually isn't the car I was going to drive here. But it seems to be doing pretty good. I'll jump in the 86 and just see how it does too. Probably could bump the gear up a little bit more on this. Only getting to 4th. I guess I am getting into 5th right at the end there. Those of you who don't know me, I am also known as Superman, so the reason I drive this old Supra is because it's the closest thing I got to the ones I have. So I actually have a Mark III in my yard. I got 2 Supras in my garage right now sitting on jack stands. I haven't been able to work on them because death of my father, but I will be getting back on those here soon. Now they're getting closer, but I'm on mediums. Come on now. Anyway, so that sets us up for the first 3 races. So we'll go straight from here to Fuji. That'll be an easy switch over. And then we can switch over into the radicals. We'll go to, I think we'll run Group 4 Interlagos as well. So we'll go Fuji, and then we'll go, let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead to Interlagos for the 4th one. And that's Group 4. Group 4 BOP. Racing medium. BOP. Then we'll go to WeatherTech. That's going to be the Radical 600. What did I say? 606. £5 ballast. Sport soft tires. And 6 will be Road Atlanta, Michigan Raceway, Road Atlanta. Same thing, Radical, all the same. Be the same room. Needs more VTech. I thought somebody was writing that. That's actually their name. I wasn't even paying attention. I'm so into trying to figure all this out. Alright, so Red Bull Ring, Scuba, Fuji, Interlagos. The two at both Fuji, Interlagos in Group 4. Then both those Radical races. That'll be easy to keep that room open. And then where else we gotta go? Let's see. Fuji, HSSR, Group 4 Interlagos. So if I get rid of this, what does that do? Now we could still do it without the weight, so I think I'll just change the room spec. That way nobody will be confused. 1,709 pounds, okay. That's 1,720. Alright, let's try this thing out here. And this thing with no traction control. Tell you what, this car in VR is really cool. I was running some challenges with this thing, and it was undergunned in most of the races, but especially against those tuner cars. That's not the way to start. This is not a very good track for me, so I'm hoping I'm running these tracks just for everybody to have fun. They should be fun. It's fun racing here, but this is usually not my strong point. See how far we can send this sucker down here. One thing this car does like to be shift early. It's got tons of turbo pull. And it's so light. Down through the S's. Woo! Oh, baby, turn! I don't know if I can take this at full throttle. I guess I went into higher gear, it did. This thing, I love driving this thing. This thing is an absolute frickin' hoot. Woo! It just slides so much fun. That'd been even more fun in VR. Ooh, that's using all the track. 4 thousandths off. That's pretty consistent. Up the hill. And that power slide this thing does here is just beautiful. Ooh, a little early. Holy shit, I'm a second and a half faster? Damn, I really got through there well. You just feel the brrr on the as the front wheels are losing grip. Whoa! Well, there we go. Ooh, that was not good. That would have been expensive. Actually, these cars aren't that expensive, relatively speaking. I don't know what replacement parts are, but I wonder if these things are like, is 300,000 a lot? I know the Group 4 Supra is 150 grand, right from Toyota. So Group 4 Supra. Alright, we're about an hour and 45 minutes, hour and a half away from launching this. So right now, since there's nobody in the room I didn't want to upset people while I was in the room here, but we're going to switch through this thing right in order. And I'm going to change things as I go. So first we're going to load up the initial settings. Actually, you know what? I'm going to start a new room and do it because I want to make sure it reads right. So we're going to exit out completely. The biggest thing is Scuba's going to be 22 laps. That'll be the only one I really changed the laps for. Otherwise it's going to be 11 laps pretty much everywhere. Unless we decide to go to the Nürburgring. Then we might run 3 laps. That'd still be 25 minutes. Alrighty then, let's see. Create new room, load settings. It should be first thing set up. First Group 4 BOP. Red Bull Ring. Load settings. Merry Christmas. See room chat for rules. Red Bull Ring, custom weather, grid start, fastest first. This one is going to have qualifying. It is public. That is correct. That should set the room up, be correct the rest of the night. And again, I apologize, people. I'm getting over a cold flu bug here I had. So I'm still having to work to talk. So let's see here. Grid start, fastest first. BOP on. This one is Group 4 BOP. And again, those who haven't raced with us before, flag rules are off. And all of the limits are off. So if I see people egregiously cheating, I will kick you. But I feel we can work around that. So, alright, so we're going to create our first room. And then we're going to switch it just like I'm going to in the event. So I'm just kind of doing a dry run here, give everybody an idea. Again, this is going to be Group 4 BOP. So I'm actually going to start this race off in my 86. Where's my 86 at? There it is, right there. Looks like that worked on 5 minutes, 11 lap race. Okay, that's correct. Now we're going to switch settings like we're going to Scuba. Now this should be dawn. So now we're going to change event settings. And we're going to change it to practice race. And then we're going to change it to Fuji. I always have a hard time finding Fuji. I think it's because the logo doesn't look like I think it does. There it is, right there. Full course. 11 laps. Preset weather. Now this one we're going to try and time of day, late morning. I don't know why that switched that. See, it automatically switched it. I don't know why. So it's late morning. Grid start, slowest first. So So this will be stuff we leave everything else the same. Just got to change the timing in the event. So that should be good. That should put me where I need to be. And that looks like that worked. 11 laps. Alright, so now, after Fuji, we're going to go to... Oh no, Fuji's supposed to be in the hissers. Oh shoot, I did that wrong. Alright, let's transition this properly. Okay. Alright, I gotta stick to my script here. I forgot about Scuba because we had already been there. Alright, so now I actually have to reload Scuba Fuji. And that works. So that should be all ready. Change event settings. So now we'll be at Scuba, right where we were. And then once that's set up, now that should be in the hisser cars, so I need to go to cars, change car. We'll get in the, where's the other hisser car? That's the other hisser car right there. Make sure that works. That entered. Okay, that worked. Okay, that did work. Okay. Alright, so now we can switch the event now, because when I do this to switch from Scuba to Fuji, when I change this one, I've got to change the laps. Why it always wants to default to changing the weather on me. Lowest first, BOP off. This is hisser cars, yep. So this should stay the same. .615, 255, 2800 racing tires medium. And that should work. Okay. Oh, somebody's coming in. Alright, so now I gotta change it again. God, I hate that. I wish it would just keep that. Why does it always default to preset weather? I don't get it. So I've got to do this. Right now I gotta just worry about three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Easy enough. Everything else should be the same. Alright, so now Fuji is all set. So those are the two hisser cars. And then we got to go to Interlagos in Group 4. So I got to go back to the Group 4 setup. Actually, I should just set a new setup up for that. Because the only two races I'm qualifying at are Daytona and Red Bull Ring. So This is going to be Group 3. I think we'll go Group 3 at Interlagos. So let's save the settings. We're going to have to create a new one off of an old one. We don't need practice. Where else are we going to run? Group 3 besides Daytona and Interlagos. What am I forgetting? Barcelona? Yeah, we could do there. I'm not going to have enough. Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. Actually, no. You know what? Alright, let's make sure that's right. Group 3 BOP. Alright, so we'll go Interlagos, then we'll come to the US and run our... then we'll get back in... Interlagos is Group 3. 3 Radical. Then we'll run Spa. Group 3. Racing Medium BOP. Alright, it's going to be a busy night of racing. So first we'll start there, and we'll end here. Okay, so I'm going to get these set up. Alright, let's change the settings just to make sure that works. Alright, there's Fuji. Or no, that's Interlagos. And that's going to be change car, Group 3. Merry Christmas car. All my cars are going to have the Christmas livery if I'm racing them, so. It went in, so that's good. I guess I should note this. I didn't have that setting up for... Alright, so there's Interlagos. Okay, so that's... This is pretty ambitious. So, Red Bull Ring, Scuba, Fuji, Interlagos, that would be race 4. We already checked... Oh no, I need to set up WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. I should set that up. Let's do a transition test on that. So we're going to change event settings, load settings, the Radical, load, and the only thing I should have to do here is change this to WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. I only did 8 laps on that other one. Interlagos, 8 laps. Yeah, I suppose. We're going to do 11 here at the Laguna. Yeah, we don't want to do a grid start on the Group 3 cars, so we'll make sure we fix that. I gotta make sure that check all that stuff before I start. So this is, yeah, this is the Radical. It should be. Boom. And it let me go. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to transition over. It's going to be basically the exact same setup, and then we're going to be at Road Atlanta, which is right down... Again, I'm missing it. Right there, because I'm looking for... Yeah, okay. Keep looking for blue, and there's no blue in it. Because of Michelin. Okay. Alright, 11 laps. Preset weather. This is going to be evening. This is going to be sunset. Why does it... I don't know why it goes to defaults to that. So we're just going to use this. It's going to be damp. So we're going to say it's humid and sunny with lots of clouds. Misty and sunny with lots of clouds. 11, 12. Slowest first, VOP off. Everything else is good. That all looks correct. Lets me enter. Yep. Okay. Looking good, looking good. Alright. Okay, so settings. Laps, I gotta understand. Laps. That's going to be the biggest thing I got to actually change. So, okay. So then from there, we're going to go to Spa in Group 3. So let's see how that transitions out here. So I'm going to go to Change Event Settings. Oh, duh. I got to actually change event settings. There we go. Okay. So now we can load settings. Where's the Group 3 Interlagos Spa? Okay, load that. Okay, and then we're just going to change it. The difference is I'm going to change it to Spa. Circuit Day Spa Frame Core Shop. 11 laps. Custom weather. This is going to be at night or in the evening. Pardon me. I'm just gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just make it easier. Come on, why did it bump there? 6. This one is going to be a rolling start because it is Group 3. Slowest first, some settings allowed. It looks like everything else is correct. So, change event settings. And there's Spa. Okay, alright. So now we gotta make a decision on what's next. What comes after Spa? So let's take a look. We got Red Bull, Scuba, Fuji, Interlagos. I think we'll make it 10. We'll default to 10 races. That's a lot, but this is a holiday event. This is what we hang our hat on here. Alright, so now we're going to load settings to see what we got. Okay, so we already did the Radical. We could do the hissers again, or Group 4. First Group 4 BOP, Group 3 Interlagos. We'll go to the Group 4 BOP, change that setting. So Group 4, the next track, I think we want to go Suzuka here. Let's take it. Well, we can go ahead and check tracks. Let's just go through the list here. Let's see. We already got Scuba, Daytona, Red Bull Ring, WeatherTech, Fuji. We got Watkins, Monza. Those are real tracks. Oh, Brands Hatch. Well, we got to go to Brands Hatch in Group 4. Brands Hatch and that. I think we make this the Hisser cars, though. Yeah, we'll do Group 4. It's the UK. It's always... This will be another morning, so we'll put this as early morning. Grid start, and again this will be slowest first, so we'll save that. And this is going to be Group 4. No limit. Medium tires. Alright, so we'll put that down. That's the only thing I could really change is the times. So 8 is going to be Brands Hatch. Group 4. Racing Medium BOP. Alright, we're running out of tracks. So I think after this we'll transition back to the... I better make sure that this allows me to enter my car. Group 4, where's my other Group 4? There they are right there, okay. Oh, I also got that Group 4 you can use too.
Hola.
Hola, buenas noches. Preparando de carrera de open lobby a la 9:30. So yeah, I think if we did the that kind of allows it to enter, so that works. So okay, so 9. So we're at Brands Hatch, and then from there we're gonna go to Watkins Glen. We're gonna go back to the settings for the HECS cars, and we're gonna run those. We'll set that up, but now we're gonna change the track to Watkins Glen International, wherever that might be. Alright, well, so we've run 1, 2, 3 hissers, 1, 2, Group 4. So we're going to go, next track is going to be Suzuka Group 4. So we'll just go back to the group, load the Group 4 settings. I need to set a second one up for that. So we'll load these settings regardless. Oop, nope. For BOP. And then wrap it up at Daytona. Make that race longer. So we'll be buzzing through this pretty fast. That's why I'm not running quali except for the first race. In fact, I don't even think I'm going to set it up at Daytona. I think I'm just going to take that off. And we'll just keep doing the same thing. Alright, yeah, we're about an hour and a half away, so that gives me a little time to take a break. I think that's it. I'm just going to go ahead and end this stream. I wasn't really planning on the stream, but at least if you watch this, you got an idea what I'm setting up here. So I'm going to set this up and save these event settings as a separate setting here. I gotta find, I don't have that many left if I keep this. Here we go, TA series base. Overwrite that one. This is going to be KPD Racing Open Lobby Live. Merry Christmas. Group 4, and this was going to be my 2 setups, which is going to be Suzuka. And what was the other one? Brands Hatch. One of these I'll set up at night. I don't know which one. I know Japan. I know Daytona is going to be at night. So, alright, so let's load that up. That'll be just the final test. When you try to run these professionally, it gets to be... This should set up. I think I'm going to change this, though. We're going to change this just to practice race. Everything else can stay the same. Alright, so we're going to start off here. I'm just going to switch through these again, but first we're going to make sure this loads up right. And then this should be Group 3. There's the old Supra with the Christmas livery. Alright. Okay, we're all good. Alright, folks, you can keep an eye on that. Again, I will jump out of here real quick, but this is how we're going to set it up. Tentatively 11 different tracks, so we'll be buzzing through them. So it's going to be a lot of quick thinking as far as strategy goes, because we're set 5 times on fuel and tires. So you could burn up your tires pretty easy, or be conservative. So it'll be interesting to see what happens out there. But again, cars wise, if you want to run the HSSR cars, I'm going to buzz through those real quick. I mean, just as fast as I can here, because I want to be off here in about 2 minutes. So again, all these cars I got down here that are labeled wide cars, starting with Mr. 2 here. In fact, I even made one out of this Trans Am. You can see the settings on them. I'm going to buzz through them as fast as I can. Okay, you can see over here, only increase battery rigidity, which I allow. And then these are your settings. Look at all these real quick. You can set up the car however you want, but we'd have to be under that 605 or 615 setting. Remember, every car has to have all the bolt-ons, and then you got to restrict the power from there. And it's 255 is the max, 2,800 pounds minimum, and racing medium tires are required. So that's the MR2. We're going to go through again. We're going to go through all of these. I'll even put up that Trans Am real quick. No, this isn't the right setup on this one. I'm sorry. I apologize, people. This is not the right car. This is actually the car that was from the racing. I think I've got one in here though. Let me scan here real quick. There is one I set up as an HSSR car. I may have used it in one of these challenges and changed the settings, so there it is, right there. So again, this car you got to do quite a bit. If you go over here, you got to do all the weight reductions, and then add on all the bolt-ons, and then detune it by using the ballast. So you need the ballast to get it down to back up to the proper weight. All right, that's that one. I don't think I'm going to be able to go through these as fast as I wanted to, but I don't want anybody to be left behind. Here is the Mazda RX-8. And again, you can check over here real quick and what it is. Weight reduction stage 1, and then all of our bolt-ons, and then our ballast is going to be sitting at 55 and power restrictor at 95. Let's see, I think I went by the last of them here. Yep. So this is your BMW M Sport. This car I've used for challenges. It's really fun to drive. And again, there's no real modifications. It's just the bolt-on stuff. And then our ballast is going to be at 70 and our power restrictor at 250. And you can, and again, remember, mediums is the default. So this is probably going to end up taking me about 5 to 10 minutes to go through all these for y'all, but I want to make sure you guys get everything you can. The Alpine, another car I like to drive. I really like this car. And again, no modifications on the car itself. But again, all the bolt-on items, including the intercooler on the turbos. Pardon me. So now that puts us back to the S15. Now this is the car, not the and again, very few mods on this one, just your bolt-ons, and then we're gonna default all these cars to racing mediums in the setup here, just in case I quickly decide to run one. So that's your Sylvia Spec R Aero. Again, you can pause this if you need to. I'm going through these as fast as I can. This GTI is probably a car you're not going to want to run because I had to add ballast to a car that's already pretty underpowered as it is, but it's up to you. You can run whatever you want. 70 pounds of ballast just to get the weight. And I gotta put the medium. As I'm going through this, I'm gonna put the mediums on it so you can see the disparity in the PP level when you switch cars. There are some cars that are just plain better. This RS Trophy, this one actually has a pretty good PP rating. Again, we didn't have to do much, just weight reduction stage 1. And all of our bolt-on add-ons. We did have to restrict it quite a bit. And racing medium tires. And all these are getting in just under 600 with the medium tires, so you'll see there are a few cars that stand out there a little bit. Delta, which Zippy ran in the WSS, the Winter Sprint Series last year. This car really didn't need to do a lot. One weight reduction on it. Again, you're getting all of these parts because of the fact that it's all-wheel drive. You're going to have the differential gear and all that. This one's at 99 and on the power restrictor and 55 on ballast. So again, it's pretty good to go, and it was really good at the short tracks with a lot of starting and stopping because good all-wheel drive traction. So that's that one. And then the next one up is one of the most popular ones, and that's the BRZ and the 86. They're basically the same car that I brought out earlier. This car is about what these were designed on. So I always had to increase rigidity, brake controller racing. Remember, don't forget about your brake pads. It makes a huge difference. Pads and rotors. All your bolt-on performance, and then racing mediums, and it has only the power restrictor down to 94. So this is a very good car to run. They were the most popular in the series when we had the choices. So the Scrocco here, again, not a lot of needed on this one. Weight reduction stage 1, all your bolt-on stuff, and then that's basically it. Your power restrictor, 1 ballast to get that weight. It was like 1 pound short, or 1 kilogram short, and then power restrictor at 82. So that's another good car to run. That's another good driving car. And I'm not a big front-wheel drive fan, but that's one I do like to drive. Mini Cooper, this one probably required too much modifications to be in this spec class. You'll look over here, we had to do engine balance tuning and polish ports. The weight was okay. We did have to add some ballast, but it can run at 100%, so So that can help, but you can see that with the medium tires is at 581, so there might be a disparity there, but if you like minis and want to run it, you certainly can. Again, I built all of these cars just so we would have a wide variety to choose from. So this is another one of the cars that's really kind of challenged. As you can see, it's got 105 ballast on a car that's already pretty light on the power, but so we can run 100% on this. But you can see the PPA level is way low with the mediums on there. So it might not be a car to drive, but you're welcome to if you want. Ford Focus. This one's decent. Nobody chose it in our series. But it didn't need a lot of mod. Just the 2 weight reductions on it. And then you have to run the little bit of ballast to get it back up there. And then 82 on the restrictor. So another one of those that's kind of in the... This is kind of in the category of what we were looking for power and the type of car to run here. So the TT, this one had to be reduced quite a bit. So you can see we had to do 1 weight reduction stage 1, and then this is one of the few cars we actually had to turn the power restrictor and the output adjustment down. So then add a little ballast back in just to get the weight. But on mediums it's still close to 600. So again, it might be a good car to drive. And then we're getting, oh no, here we are, the WRX. And I picked some of these random cars I had and just made these eligible. So this one, not really a lot, just bolt everything up, run it at 74, add 10 pounds of ballast, or 10 kilograms of ballast, you're good to go. The Yaris High Performance, we did have to detune this one, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, add some ballast. So weight reduction, because it was, get it down under the weight. But then we had to add almost all that back in ballast. So, and run 79 on the restrictor. And then we've got the, this is a fast car. This is a good car to run. It's lightweight already. It's pretty powerful. You know, the rotaries are pretty good for racing, so. And she's running pretty high on medium, so you probably wouldn't be able to run softs on this one. Again, I don't even know if you're going to have time to. you're going to be able to run softs because mediums are required. So, and then this one, car I haven't driven, but considering it's new, it should be pretty good. Newer. But we had to do a lot to this to get it, so it's going to be kind of expensive to build. So you can see what you got to do. Add a little ballast and take away a little power, and you're going to be right about at the maxes. Alright, we're getting down to this card. I wouldn't even bother. But I'm going to put it up here. This one had to do almost every engine mod, then add a ton of ballast, and then take away some power. So she's struggling to even make 570 on mediums on the PP level. But if you like alphas and want to run that, you are welcome to. S2000 probably be another good car, because these cars are race cars from the factory basically. So hitting right at 600 on the scale there on the PP level. Alright, the Celica GT4, this, as you can see by the livery on it, this was one of the cars that was, I seriously considered for the WSS, but just 1 rate reduction, all your bolt-on parts, and then gotta add some ballast back in it, and power restrictor at 83. Then we've got our 180SX, and again, this car is one that was able to be built. Did have to stroke this one up because it was a 1.8 liter, and the 2 liter is basically the same engine that's in the Silvia. You can see where that one ends up. We need 50 kilograms of ballast. Alright, now we're going to get down where we're starting to run out of cars. This is one we made up. Again, this is another, this is not most of the cars you can buy right from the, right through the Brand Central. So stage 1 and stage 2 weight reduction on this one, then you got to add 42 kilograms of ballast, and you got to knock this one down quite a bit because this is the V6. And to get it to stay underneath the PP level, you have to actually keep the power slightly under. So this one, to get it under that 615, you gotta kind of work at it. But it's a pretty good car. I think this is the one Eric drove. No, actually, no, he drove the older one. Let's get to that one. We're almost to that one, I think. That's it right there. In fact, we're right on it. This car was pretty good because it's right at the max on the power. So when you go over here, you can see just the weight reduction stage 1 and 2, and then we're going to run the restrictor at 78 and the ballast at 62. This should be a full control computer, so that should probably be fixed. But it's fine as we don't have to adjust it, but that is on mediums, okay. Alright, so now we are just about out of cars. Let's see. I can go over the Civic Type R. This one had to be detuned a lot. This is one of the only other ones. Weight reduction stage 1. All your bolt-on stuff. But then we had to not only max, this is the max you can reduce the power restrictor. Add 37 kilograms of ballast, and then the output adjustment on this one has to be adjusted. This car was over 300 horsepower factory, so trying to get in that 255 is it's quite detuned, but it should be still pretty strong. These cars handle pretty darn well. Alright, and we're just about out of cars. Let's see. I'm missing some here. Let's see. Where is my DeLorean? So the DeLorean, this is an expensive endeavor. You have to bore up, high lift cam, high compression pistons, weight reduction stage 1, throw in 111 kilograms of ballast back in it, and then dump your power now down to 94. Now I will say this, I've used this car for challenges and it drives magnificent with this setup. I mean, it really does drive well. It was a little hard to get used to at first, but once you get used to its nuances, it drives very, very well, and I use it a lot. So this would be a good car. This would be a good car for you to run. It's just like I said, it's got a little bit of a nuance to it, but it's expensive. You're going to spend $750,000 in credits building this thing because it's $500,000 just to buy, unless you've got a couple, which I do have a couple extras. And I think we went through the 86 already. And then this was my Supra. This one basically just reduced the weight because these cars are pigs from the factory. This car weighs about 800 pounds more than my Mark II Supra. And I've got the same engine that goes in this that I'm putting in one of my Mark IIs. But power restrictor at 76 and ballast at 46 to get the spec. And that's on medium. So that's one of the cars I'm going to drive tonight, it's a fun car. It drives excellent. I figured out the settings here on the body that work good with this car, so you're welcome to take those if you want to use those. And that one, and again, I've been using the one unmodified one here for challenges. So you can see I got 350 horse and 26, just under 2,700 pounds. So that is it for our HSSSR cars. And where is the other one? There it is right there. Okay, so that's the other one. That's the other 86. And again, it's basically the same as the BRZ. So you can go in there. There's really no changes. This car's about what we based the settings on. So you're just going to knock 6 off on your power restrictor. Alright, so that sets us up. If you have any other questions, reach out to me direct. I'm going to take a little bit of a break here, and we'll be back on here in about a little bit over an hour. And get this KingPittDawg Racing Merry Christmas, Christmas Eve, Open Lobby Live. kicked off, and we'll have some massive amounts of racing. We'll see y'all then. Until then, King Pit Dog. That was King Pit Dog, not Tit Dog. Hold on. What can I say? We'll see you guys in a little bit.